Did you know that while you're out there, living your normal life, the universe has already begun to manipulate your money in ways you haven't even noticed? That's right. What if I told you that there are 7 gigantic financial changes happening right now in the lives of those born under the sign of Pisces, but most people of this sign are completely blind to these transformations? That's right. While you sleep, work, take care of the house, or watch television, invisible forces of the universe are completely reorganizing your financial path. And the most impressive thing is that these changes won't wait for you to notice before they continue happening. They're already in motion. They've already begun. And you need to wake up to this now before it's too late. Because look, these 7 changes I'm going to reveal today aren't crazy theories or empty predictions. They are real transformations that are changing the way money flows into the lives of Pisces at this very moment. And here's the problem. If you don't recognize these changes, if you don't open your eyes to what's happening, you could miss the greatest financial opportunities of your life. You might be letting golden opportunities slip away that the universe is placing right in front of you. And even worse, you might keep fighting the tide when you should be riding it. You know that strange feeling you've been having lately? Like something is different, but you can't quite put your finger on what it is? That strong intuition, typical of Pisces, whispering that changes are in the air. Well, your intuition is absolutely right. But this time it's not just a vague feeling. These are 7 concrete, real changes that will define your financial future. And I'm going to tell you each one of them now, with all the details you need to know to finally understand what's happening to you. Change 1. The money is coming from sources you never imagined. The first financial change that has already begun in the life of Pisces is so surprising that many people of this sign are receiving money and don't even realize where it's coming from. That's right. The universe has opened financial gates in places you never thought you could make money. And do you know why? Because Pisces has always been that sign that thought small when it came to making money. You always thought you needed to follow a traditional path, do things the way everyone else does, work in that fixed job, receive that salary at the end of the month. But the universe is tired of seeing you limit yourself like that. So it decided to mess everything up. Suddenly, that hobby you've had for years, that little thing you do just because you like it, is starting to attract attention. People are asking if you do custom work, if you can teach, if you sell. And you're surprised because you never thought of it as a source of income. Or that natural talent you've always had but never taken seriously is suddenly opening doors. Someone sees you doing it and offers you an opportunity. An acquaintance calls you for a project. Someone you barely know recommends you for a job. All of this is not a coincidence. It's the universe pushing you to realize that you have much more value than you imagine. That your skills, your creativity, your sensitivity can generate money in ways you never dreamed of. But here's the problem. Many Pisces are ignoring these opportunities because they don't fit the traditional model they have in their heads of what it means to earn money. They refuse, saying they don't know, that they're not prepared, that it's not for them. And with that, they're letting money pass them by. The change that's happening is this. The universe is diversifying your income sources in unexpected ways. You will no longer depend on a single source. Money will start coming from many different places, some even strange. Could be extra income doing something you love. It could be payment for helping someone with what you do naturally well. It could be a job opportunity in an area you never considered. The important thing is that you need to open your eyes and realize when these doors are opening. You need to have the courage to walk through them. Because the universe won't keep knocking on the same door forever. If you don't seize these opportunities now, they'll go to someone else. And you'll keep complaining that the money isn't coming, when in reality it was coming all along, you just weren't paying attention. Change 2. Your emotions are directly linked to your money now. The second change happening to Pisces might seem strange at first, but it makes perfect sense when you stop to think about it. The universe has connected your emotions directly to your financial flow, in a way that never has been seen before. And look, this is no joke. Every time you feel bad, blocked, sad, depressed, money stops flowing into your life. Every time you feel light, happy, confident, money starts to appear. It's as if your emotions have become a remote control for your money. And this is happening because Pisces is a water sign. A sign that lives by emotions, that feels everything very deeply. And the universe has decided that it's time for you to learn to use this sensitivity in your favor, and not against you. For years you let your emotions control you. You felt bad because you didn't have money, and because you felt bad you pushed money even further away. It was a vicious cycle. But now the game has changed. Now you need to understand that your emotional state is not just a detail. It's not just how you're feeling. It's literally what's determining how much money enters or doesn't enter your life. When you wake up in a bad mood, complaining about everything, only seeing the bad side of things, you're sending a huge signal to the universe saying, I'm not ready to receive good things. And the universe respects that. It stops sending opportunities. It stops opening doors. It stops putting the right people in your path. But when you wake up grateful, even if you don't have everything you want, when you choose to see the good in your life, when you decide to trust that better things are coming, then the universe understands that you are ready. And it starts sending everything that was being held back. The change that's happening is that you can no longer afford to spend days and days wallowing in negative emotions. I'm not saying you can't feel sadness, anger, frustration. Of course you can. You're human. But now you need to learn to process these emotions quickly and return to a better emotional state. Because every day you spend feeling terrible is a day that money doesn't come. It's a day of missed opportunities. It's a day that you get further away from the financial life you want to have. So pay attention. When you realize you've been feeling bad for a long time, that you're stuck in negative thoughts, that you're complaining nonstop, stop, breathe, and do something to change your emotional state. It could be listening to music you love, talking to someone who makes you feel good, saying a prayer, or just going for a walk. Anything that pulls you out of that emotional hole. Because the faster you get back to a good emotional state, the faster the money will start flowing again. That's the new rule of the game. And those who don't understand this will be left behind. Now, before I continue revealing the other changes happening to you, I need to ask you something very important. If you are enjoying these revelations, if you feel that these words are touching your heart, I want to invite you to subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell. Why? Because I bring content like this every day. Content that will help you understand what the universe is planning for you. And if you're not subscribed, you might miss very important messages that were made exactly for your current life situation. So click below, subscribe, activate the bell, and take the opportunity to leave a comment saying where you're watching from. It can just be the name of your city, your state, your country. This helps me a lot to know who is on the other side watching, trusting in this work. And look, if these messages are really making a difference in your life, if you feel you are receiving something valuable here, consider becoming a supporter of the channel. You can become a member, contribute, be part of this team that believes in this spiritual work. This helps me continue bringing you this content every day. And now let's continue because there's still a lot of important information I need to share about these financial changes you need to understand. Change 3. People from the past are bringing money opportunities. The third change happening in Pisces' financial life is something that will surprise you. People from your past, people you haven't seen in years, people you didn't even remember existed, are returning to your life. And it's not just to catch up. These people are returning loaded with financial opportunities. That's right. That school friend you lost contact with 10 years ago suddenly messages you. That old work colleague shows up out of nowhere wanting to chat. That acquaintance you barely spoke to is looking for you. And when you realize it, these people have something to offer you. A job, a project, a partnership, a referral, a business opportunity. Something that can change your financial situation. Why is this happening? Because the universe is using all the connections you've ever made in life to bring money to you. Every person you've met, every interaction you've had, every relationship you've built, all of that is becoming a network of opportunities. And this network is being activated now. But there's a very important detail here. Many Pisces are ignoring these people. They see the message and don't respond. They receive the contact and find it strange. They become suspicious, thinking the person wants something bad. And with that, they miss the opportunity that was being offered. You need to understand that the universe works through people. It won't make money rain from the sky. It will use people to bring opportunities to you. And often these people are from your past precisely because the universe is rescuing old connections that need to be reactivated now. So pay attention. If old people start appearing in your life, don't ignore them. Respond. Talk. See what they have to say. Even if it seems strange, even if you don't understand at first, give it a chance. Because it may be that behind that unexpected contact lies the financial opportunity you were waiting for. It may be that the person you didn't even remember anymore is exactly who the universe chose to open a new door in your life. And there's more. These people aren't just coming back to give you something. They're also coming back so you can give them something. It could be your knowledge, your help, your talent, your presence. The universe is creating exchanges. And in these exchanges, money will flow. But you need to be open. You need to be willing to reconnect, to rebuild bridges, to give a second chance to relationships you thought were over. Because now they are part of your financial journey. This is the new reality. Money no longer comes only from where you expect it to. It comes from where the universe decides to send it. And often that means people you never imagined would make a difference in your life again. Change 4. You are being forced out of your financial comfort zone. The fourth change is probably the most uncomfortable of all, but also the most necessary. The universe is literally pushing you out of your financial comfort zone. And when I say pushing, I mean really pushing forcefully without mercy. You know that job you thought was secure? It might be starting to cause problems. You know that source of income you always counted on? It might be dwindling. You know that way you've always done things financially? It's not working anymore. And all this isn't bad luck. It's not because you did something wrong. It's the universe forcing you to grow, forcing you to learn new things, forcing you to seek different paths. Because Pisces has a very strong tendency to stay still in what is known, in what is safe, in what they already know how to do. You prefer to earn little but have certainty than to risk earning more but having to face the unknown. And the universe is tired of that. It knows you have the potential for much more. It knows you can earn much more money, have a much better life, achieve much greater things. But for that to happen, you need to leave that small place where you've settled. So what does the universe do? It starts dismantling your comfort zone. It starts creating situations that force you to make different decisions. It forces you to learn new skills. It forces you to face fears you've always avoided. And yes, that's scary. Yes, that's uncomfortable. Yes, you'll want to give up many times. But you need to understand that all this pressure isn't meant to destroy you. It's meant to transform you. It's meant to take you from the tiny version of yourself and lead you to the big version you're meant to be. Every time you feel you're being forced to do something different with your money, your work, your career, take a deep breath and understand. This is growth. This is evolution. This is the universe preparing you to receive much more than you received before. Because the truth is, you can't have a new financial life doing the same old things. It doesn't work that way. If you want different results, you need to do different things. And the universe is pushing you towards that now. It's creating the conditions so you have no choice but to grow. The change happening is that your financial comfort zone is being purposefully destroyed. And in its place, a new zone is being built, a larger zone where much more money, many more opportunities, and much more success can fit. But to get there, you'll have to go through discomfort. You'll have to learn things you don't know. You'll have to try things you've never tried. You'll have to trust when there are no guarantees. And that's not easy. But it's necessary. So when you feel that nervous feeling, that fear of doing something new with your money, that insecurity about leaving what you've always done, remember. That's a sign of growth. You only fear what is new, what is bigger, what can take you to another level. And it is precisely to that other level that the universe is pushing you now. Change 5. Your intuition has become your greatest financial guide. The fifth change that has already begun is something that will make a lot of sense for you, Pisces. Your intuition, that inner voice that has always been there, has become your most important financial guide. More important than any advice anyone gives you. More important than any logical analysis you make. More important than any rational plan you put together. Your intuition is now your financial GPS. And the universe is increasing its volume. It's making you feel things much more strongly. That strange feeling when something isn't right with money? That's your intuition warning you. That strong impulse to do something even without understanding why. That's your intuition guiding you. That discomfort with a financial decision that makes perfect sense on paper? That's your intuition protecting you. The problem is that most Pisces aren't trusting this intuition. They're ignoring these signs. They're doing the opposite of what they feel because they think they need to be rational, they need to be practical, they need to follow logic. And with that, they're making wrong financial decisions. They're getting into trouble. They're missing opportunities. They're getting into financial turmoil. Because you stop listening to the only thing that truly knows what's best for you. The change that's happening is that the universe is demanding you trust your intuition regarding money matters. It's testing you. It's putting situations in front of you where you'll have to choose. Follow logic or follow your feelings. And every time you choose to follow your feelings, Things will work out in a surprising way. Every time you ignore your intuition and only follow reason, you'll regret it later. That's how the universe is teaching you to trust your natural gift of sensing things more. Because Pisces was born with this gift. You know things you haven't learned. You feel things that have no explanation. You perceive things that other people don't perceive. And that's not madness. That's not imagination. It's your connection with the universe working. And when it comes to money, that connection is stronger than ever. So pay attention. If you feel you shouldn't do a deal, don't. Even if everyone says it's a great opportunity. If you feel you should invest in something, invest. Even if it seems risky. If you feel you should change jobs, change. Even if it doesn't make sense right now. Your intuition is showing you the right path. And the more you follow it, the stronger, clearer, and more precise it will become. Until you reach a point where you don't even need to think anymore. You'll just feel it and know what to do with your money. That's the goal. That's the change that's happening. And you need to embrace it instead of fighting against it. Change 6. Money is coming through helping others. The 6th change is beautiful and makes perfect sense for the generous heart of Pisces. The universe has completely changed the way money comes to you. Now, the more you help others, the more money comes back to you. This seems like magic, but it's real. It's as if the universe has created a new system where your generosity has become your money magnet. You share what you know. You receive opportunities. You help someone without expecting anything in return. You receive money from unexpected places. You use your gifts to do good for others. Your financial doors open. And this is no coincidence. It's the universe rewarding you for being who you truly are. Because Pisces has always been that sign that wants to help, that cares about others, that can't see someone suffering without doing something. But for a long time you thought this characteristic was a problem when it came to money. You thought that to earn money you needed to be more selfish, harder, more focused only on yourself. And that's why you tried to hide your generous side when dealing with finances. But now the game has changed. The universe is saying, no, it's precisely your generous side that will bring you money. It's precisely your willingness to help that will open your financial doors. It's precisely your kind heart that will become your greatest asset. The change that's happening is that you no longer need to choose between being a good person and having money. You can be both. In fact, you will only have the money you deserve when you are completely yourself, including all your generosity and kindness. So stop holding back your willingness to help for fear of losing money. Stop thinking you need to be stingy to prosper, because the universe is proving to you that it's the opposite. Every time you share your knowledge, teach something you know, give a tip, offer your help, you are planting financial seeds. And these seeds will grow and return to you multiplied. It may not be from the person you helped. It may not be immediately, but it will come back. The universe guarantees it. Because now your cash flow is directly connected to how much you contribute to others. The more you give, the more you receive. But be careful. This doesn't mean you should let yourself be exploited. It doesn't mean you should give everything you have until you have nothing left. It doesn't mean you should accept working for free or let people use you. There's a difference between generosity and a lack of boundaries. The universe wants you to help, yes, but wisely. It wants you to share, yes, but with balance. It wants you to be generous, yes, but without negating yourself. When you find that balance where you genuinely help but also value yourself, then money will flow like never before. That's the change. And it's a change that will make all the difference in your financial life from now on. Change 7. Old expenses are disappearing to make room for new money. The 7th and final change is something you may already be noticing but not fully understanding. Expenses you've had for years, bills that seemed endless, expenses you thought would never end, are suddenly disappearing from your life. That loan has finally been paid off. That monthly bill you've been paying for so long has been canceled. That financial commitment that weighed heavily on your budget is over. And you might be thinking, oh, it's just luck, it's just the natural course of things. But it's not. It's the universe cleaning up your financial life. It's doing a complete overhaul. Removing everything that's old, everything that's dead weight, everything that was taking up space. Why? Because the new money that's about to enter your life needs space. And if your life continues to be full of old commitments, old debts, expenses that no longer make sense, there will be nowhere for the new money to enter. It's like trying to fill a glass that's already full. First you need to empty it before you can fill it again. And that's what the universe is doing to you. You're emptying your financial life of everything old so you can fill it with new things. The change happening is that you're entering a completely new financial cycle. It's not just an improvement on what you already had. It's a total transformation. That's why so many old things need to go. That's why you're freeing yourself from commitments you've carried for so long. The universe is preparing the ground for a totally different financial life. A life where you will no longer be trapped by old debts. You will no longer be carrying the weight of the past. You will no longer be spending your money on things that don't matter. You will be free to receive and use the new money that is coming in the way that truly makes sense to you now. But there's a very important detail here. You can't fall into the trap of creating new old problems. What does that mean? It means that as you get rid of these old expenses, you can't replace them with other silly expenses. You can't use this new space that is opening up to create new debts that don't make sense. Because otherwise you'll stay in the same place just with different accounts. The universe is giving you a chance to start over financially. It's giving you a blank slate. So you need to be smart about it. You need to use this new financial space wisely. When that old expense ends, don't rush to spend that money on any nonsense. Stop, think, breathe, and consciously decide what you want to do with this money that is now free. This is your chance to completely reorganize your financial life the right way. To create a system that truly works for you. To build a solid foundation for all the prosperity that is coming. Don't waste this opportunity by making the same old choices that have kept you stuck for so long. The universe is freeing you. But freedom is only real if you decide not to get stuck again. So these are the 7 financial changes that have already begun in the lives of Pisces, but that most people aren't noticing. Money coming from new and unexpected sources. Your emotions controlling your financial flow. People from the past bringing opportunities. You being forced out of your comfort zone. Your intuition becoming your main guide. Money coming through you helping others. And old expenses disappearing to make room for the new. These aren't small changes. They are profound transformations that will completely redefine your relationship with money. And the only question that matters now is, will you wake up to these changes or will you continue sleeping? Because they are already happening to you or without you. The difference is that if you wake up, if you notice, if you start working with these changes instead of against them, everything will become much easier. Money will start to truly flow. Opportunities will appear more clearly. You will understand what to do at each moment. So I want to challenge you now. During this week, pay attention to each of these 7 changes in your life. See if you can identify where they are happening, where the new money is trying to come in, how your emotions are affecting your finances, which people from the past are showing up, where you're being pushed out of your comfort zone, when your intuition is telling you about money, how helping others is bringing you rewards, which old expenses are leaving your life. The more aware you become of these changes, the more power you have to use them to your advantage. So stay tuned. Open your eyes. Pay attention. Because the universe is rewriting your financial story right now. And if you were waiting for a sign to start believing that your life can change, this is the sign. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, subscribe now. Turn on notifications. Because there's much more revelation coming. A lot of important things that the universe wants you to know. And if these words touched your heart today, if you felt this message was for you, leave a comment below. It can just be a thank you, it can be telling us which of these changes you're already noticing, it can be whatever you want. I just want to know that you're there on the other side, waking up, noticing, transforming. Because this is the moment. This is your time. And you won't waste another day without noticing the blessings that are already falling into your life.